I noticed scars on her body, and it changed the whole experience. There are nights in your life that are supposed to be simple, straightforward. You have a plan, you know the script, and you expect it to play out exactly that way. But sometimes, a single detail can change everything. I have a story about a night like that, a story I've never shared with anyone. I'd arranged to meet someone in a hotel room. It was a transaction, meant to be impersonal and brief. That was the understanding. We were strangers, and we were supposed to remain that way. But as we were about to, well, for the reason I was there, the light caught her skin in a certain way. And I saw them. Faint but clear. A series of old scars, maybe from a burn, on her arms and legs. They weren't fresh, but they told a story of a past pain I couldn't begin to imagine. In that instant, the whole atmosphere in the room shifted for me. A wave of something heavy washed over me. A mix of discomfort and a strange, unexpected empathy. It was like seeing a crack in the facade, a glimpse of the real person standing in front of me and the life she had lived. The moment was complicated, but things proceeded. Still, that image of her scars stayed in my mind. When our time was over, the awkwardness returned. She asked if I had a little extra to give. I checked my wallet, but I was out of cash. A thick silence filled the room. This was the part of the script that always feels transactional and cold. And then, I did something I still don't fully understand. Maybe I was trying to bridge the strange gap that had formed between us. Maybe it was guilt, or maybe it was just a human impulse I couldn't explain. I looked at her and said, "I don't have any more cash, but I could press your legs for you." I expected her to be confused, maybe even laugh at the strange offer. But she just held my gaze for a moment and then gave a small, tired nod. "Okay," she said softly. And so that's what I did. In the quiet of that generic hotel room, I sat on the edge of the bed and gave her a leg massage. The roles were completely reversed. The transaction was over, and what was left was this, a quiet, human moment. We didn't speak. There was nothing to say. I just focused on the simple, physical act, thinking about the journey that left those marks on her skin and the bizarre series of choices that had led me to that exact moment. It wasn't an act of service or payment. It was a gesture of something. I still don't have the word for it. That night wasn't about the reason I went there. It was about that silent 10-minute massage. It was a brief, profound moment of connection in the most unlikely of circumstances. A quiet act of humanity that has echoed in my memory ever since.